Do it like that. Then do it like this. Do it like that. Then do it like
Good morning. We just got back from walking my daughter to school. Excuse me. It's kind of chaotic here. But if you're new here, welcome. My name is Caitlin, and I'm a 33-year-old mom of two who prioritizes my health and my fitness and lifting heavy and eating a lot of protein and overall just leading by example for my kids. Because health and fitness is so important to me, I thought it'd be really fun to take you guys through a week's worth of workouts. So I thought I could just kind of show you guys what that looks like as a mom who's not a trainer or fitness coach or anything like that. Like, I'm just a normal mom doing my best, trying to be healthy, trying to be a little muscle mommy. I'm proud to say I am in the best shape of my life. I've never been as strong as I am today, and it feels so good that at the end of the day, if I can do this, you guys can do this too. So hopefully this video will inspire you in some way or give you some motivation or just show you how I balance motherhood and fitness and health and all those things. First piece of advice is to go ahead and get yourself the weighted vest. I've added this into my morning routine, evening routine, walks to school, park walks. Then this one's by Zelus. It's the #1 rated weighted vest in the US, and this is their Z-Fit one. It's extremely comfortable. This one's 15 pounds, but they have a lot of different weight options. Plus they have their classic fit that comes in a bunch of different colors. I also quickly want to start off by saying a quick thanks to Zelus because I have partnered with them today to show you how I use their Z-Fit weighted vest throughout my week. The Z-Fit weighted vest is designed with their new Z-Fit technology, which makes it slimmer, more comfortable, and perfect for everyday movement. It comes in 5, 10, or 15 pounds, and it's built with soft iron filling for balanced resistance without feeling bulky. I love that the adjustable straps make it a snug fit no matter what your body type is, and the reflective stripes are great if you're walking or running outside. The ultra thin profile means I can wear it while lifting or during cardio or while I'm getting my steps in or simply doing chores around the house, taking care of my kids and washing dishes. But I'll show you guys throughout the week too how I utilize my Zelus weighted vest into my daily routine as well. I mainly use this for my cardio at home. So if I'm playing outside with kids, I put it on, or if I'm going on walks, I put it on. Pro tip, put this on while you're doing chores around the house and thank me later. But anyways, without further ado, let's jump on into the video and start this week's worth of workouts. Let's go. Okay, first workout of the week, and today I'm focusing on glutes. So I started this workout with hip thrust, and these are one of my staple compound movements that I do every week, and they're so important for building glute strength, and they're a movement that I never skip. Today I warmed up with 135 pounds for about 10 reps just to lock in my form, and then I went up to 225, which is my comfortable working weight, and I did one set of 10 reps of these, and then I added another 50 pounds to push myself to 285, and I did this 3 times, and I did 5 reps each time. So this is where the growth happens. This is where I'm pushing myself, and this is where I'm going until failure. If I had a 6th rep in me, I would do it. After hip thrust, I moved into staggered stance dumbbell Romanian deadlifts, and I started with 2 weights, which was 100 pounds total, and I just didn't really feel stable, so I decided to drop it down to 1 weight, which put me at just 50 pounds, but this gave me a better mind-muscle connection, and I actually felt it more in my glutes and my hamstrings. So I ended up doing about 4 complete sets and 10 to 12 reps each time. Next, I moved into some pull-ups, and this was actually a huge goal of mine over my fitness journey, was to be able to do 1 pull-up. The first time I ever did a pull-up in my life was over these past 2 years that I really took fitness seriously. So it's been a huge goal of mine. I did have surgery recently and had to take about 6 months off from doing any kind of pull-up movement. It was elective. I got my boobs done. But anyways, I'm proud to say I can still do around 3 to 4 pull-ups after taking 6 months off. And then the last movement I did was sumo deadlifts on our new belt squat machine that we got at my gym. I'm so excited we got this because you can do so many different variations on this. But I did 4 sets, 10 reps at about 75 pounds. And to finish off my workout, I did have some time to do some cardio today. So I got on the stair stepper for about 15 minutes at a level 10. And it's honestly one of my favorite ways to end a lower body day because it gets my heart rate up and gives me that final push. So fast forward to that evening, I took the kids outside for a bike ride and scooter ride, and I threw on my Zelus weighted vest before heading outside with my kids. And honestly, this is just one of my favorite ways to add a little extra challenge to everyday movements, and that's what I love about a weighted vest is it makes simple things like walking, climbing, going up the stairs, playing with the kids more effective without really changing what you're doing. It is Monday night, and this is how we're doing our cardio tonight. It's like 6 o'clock at night. I'm getting out the last of their energy, so hopefully everybody sleeps really good. Where are we going? Add a weighted vest to your park trips with your kids and thank me later, because this is not easy. But here's the best part. You can be outside, running around, playing tag, climbing on the jungle gym, just being involved and having fun with your kids. And while you're doing that, you are also moving your body, sneaking in some resistance training, and also getting your heart rate up. I am out of breath. I'll give you a count till the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. It's truly such a good reminder that fitness doesn't always have to mean being in the gym. Sometimes it just means showing up, being present, and finding ways to move. I also humbled myself really quickly by trying to do a pull-up with this weighted vest. So a piece of advice that I'd really like to share is, as a mom who's been prioritizing fitness the past couple of years, it truly all comes down to intention. And most of us don't have endless hours to spend in the gym, and that's okay. I totally understand that. But what really matters is how you use the time that you do have. So for me, in my opinion, being intentional means finding everyday opportunities like walking, chasing the kids around, even putting on a weighted vest so those small moments add up. Because at the end of the day, it's all about priorities. And if health and fitness are important to you, you'll find little ways to fit them into your life. And those little things done with consistency are what create big results over time. Just got inside from being at the park with the kids and running around and playing tag, and we're at over 11,000. Good morning. I'm back to my morning walks, trying to get some steps in. I have on my 15-pound weighted vest also, just to level it up a notch. I think I mentioned this earlier, but it is important for me daily to get 10,000 plus steps in. Sometimes I have to be a little bit more intentional just to make sure I hit my daily step goal, but it's really not that difficult. There's so many little things you can do to just help you hit that goal daily. So for example, parking further away at the grocery store and having to walk further in the parking lot or something like that. There's little things you can do throughout your day that just help you move your body a little bit more. And then also, honestly, sometimes after my walks in the mornings, I'll just keep my weighted vest on for the morning routine, because between making breakfast, packing lunches, and getting my daughter to school, I'm already running around like crazy, so why not make those steps count a little extra? It is Tuesday, and I just pulled up to the gym today. We're going to be doing a arm and core workout, and I'm going to take you guys along with me, show you what my workout looks like today. I'm about ready to check my pre-workout. I got pre-workout here and creatine. I'm feeling good today. I feel like my upper body days are always like my easier days, so let's go do this. I also might do some squats today if I have time. I've been trying to squat twice a week, and today would be a good day to do it. So if I have time, I might squeeze that in also. Pre-workout that I'm using is the Gorilla Mode, the gummy bear flavor, which is not my favorite. I'm just trying to get through it. And then I also just have 5 grams of creatine monohydrate in here as well. All right, let's go. So today I started with a quick warm up, and I always make sure to warm up my upper body since I have had shoulder issues before, and this just sets me up to move safely. Then I added in a quick squat session, and I've been trying to sneak in an extra squat day just to keep building my glutes and legs. Nothing crazy heavy today. I just did 3 sets of 135 or 10 reps each. Squats usually take most of my energy, so I always like to start there. After that, I finally moved into my upper body workout, and I started with dumbbell reverse flies, 3 sets of 10 reps with 7.5 pounds. And then I went into dumbbell hammer curl to press, 3 sets of 10 with 15 pounds. Next up, I went over to the cable machine, which I love doing exercises on, and I did face pulls, 12 reps at around 120 pounds for 3 sets. And then I did single arm cable lateral raises, 12 reps at 20 pounds and 3 sets on each side. After upper body, I finished with some core work, and on the cables, I did cable crunches, 3 sets of 12 reps at 120 pounds. And these hit your deep core really well. This is my favorite core exercise. And then on the floor, I added dumbbell Russian twist, 20 pounds for 10 reps, 3 sets, some crunch variations, weighted sit-ups, and then ended with planks, 1 minute, 3 rounds. This was a really solid workout, a little bit of legs, a little bit of arms and shoulders, and a lot of core. So Wednesday this week was definitely a little bit of a different kind of day for me. I was feeling really sore from the last 2 days of workouts, and on top of that, I had a pretty stacked day with parenting, so I knew I wasn't going to have a ton of time to spend in the gym, but I still went, and I did a bit of incline walking there, but it was so busy I wasn't able to film. But then I went into the back room and did some wall sits. I did 2 minutes each, 3 different times, and those are killer, by the way. Anyways, after that, kept it super simple with some core work on the floor, but today was really just about stretching, recovery, and cardio. We are heading on an evening walk. I'm putting on my weighted vest again. We're just gonna do a little casual after dinner walk just to get some last minute steps in. I still have about 2,000 more steps to go to hit my 10,000 step goal today, so let's go.
You can't catch me.
But my favorite way to use this vest is for cardio and for walking with the kids, because adds a little extra to it. If you're trying to be a little bit more intentional with how you utilize your time and want to level up your walks, this is going to literally be key for you. Are you coming? Okay, we just stopped at the park to play like we do most nights. You guys are gonna see that a lot in this video, but you guys know how much I prioritize my 10,000 step count a day. I have been focusing on that for so long, and I feel like it's always just been a really good way for me to stay consistent if I hit 10,000 steps. And I wear my Apple Watch every day to track. Honestly, it's not that hard to hit 10,000 steps. I'm very active. I'm running around with my kids a lot, so hitting 10,000 steps, I have to be a little more intentional, but it's not hard, if that makes sense.
I do that again.
Here's what today looked like. So I actually started off my morning routine in my Zelus weighted vest, and I kept it on to walk my daughter to school. So I got a little bit of extra work in before even heading to the gym today. And at the gym today was all about posterior chain work, so really focusing on glutes and hamstrings. I started with conventional deadlifts. My first set was a warm-up of 135 pounds for 10 reps. This is another compound movement that I prioritize every week. Deadlifts, back squats, and hip thrusts are like my #1 exercises that I do, and every week I try to be 1% better. They're just such solid movements that will really give you results if you train them. Anyways, for my next sets, I added another 50 pounds, so we bumped it up to 185 pounds for about 8 reps. After that, I did sumo deadlifts, and I did 185 pounds, 3 sets and 8 reps. And then I finished with barbell Romanian deadlifts with 95 pounds for 10 reps. And to be completely honest, these 3 movements are some of my favorite exercises to do, and I think you see the most results if you're consistent with them. So I really love these movements, and I always look forward to these days because I enjoy doing these. I also threw in Bulgarian split squats today. I did 3 sets of 12 on each leg. I wasn't really planning on doing these, but I missed them earlier in the week, so I made sure to add them in here. And then to finish, I went over to the machines. I did seated hamstring curls, 3 sets of 10 reps at 100 pounds. Also ignore my facial expressions here. But anyways, the very final thing I did was the leg extension machine, and I did 10 reps at 100 pounds. Then I dropped it down to 60 pounds and did single leg extensions to end it. And I alternated those for a total of 6 sets. So really solid workout today. Hello, it is a Friday. We have made it through a week's worth of workouts. Actually, we've only made it through 4. I'm off to my 5th workout, and today I thought I could go over what we're doing. I was just gonna pull up my workout for the day. I do use Trainwell, which is who I have like a online personal trainer through, and she makes my workouts for me. Today we're doing glutes. Today's workout's gonna consist of, it's like a pretty easy day, honestly. Stair climbing. I'm gonna do the hip abduction machine, single leg dumbbell Romanian deadlifts, and a wall sit. So it should be a pretty quick day today. This is the last day of my like workout split. Honestly, I've hit the gym pretty hard this week, and I'm feeling pretty beat. So I'm not really like feeling super motivated right now to go to my workout, but we're gonna do it anyways because there are no excuses. The only excuses you have are the excuses you make for yourself. We're just gonna go get this workout done, get it done, and we're gonna have a nice relaxing weekend. I think I'm gonna take the whole weekend off from lifting. However, I will still be active though. We'll still get our 10,000 steps in this weekend, but I probably am gonna take the weekend off from lifting any weight because this week got me good. All right, so today we are starting out with some cardio. I started with the stair stepper and did about 20 minutes at a steady pace. I think I was on level 8 here, but this time I wore my Zelus weighted vest, and wow, that took it to another level. The extra resistance definitely made every step feel so much harder, but also so much more effective. Anyways, after that, I moved over to single leg dumbbell Romanian deadlifts, 45 pounds, I believe is what I was using in one hand, 10 reps on each side. These are one of my favorite glute builders because they really challenge balance and stability. Then I went over to the hip abduction machine, working both angles. First I did 10 reps at 140 pounds for the outer glutes, and then I flipped it to target the inner thighs with 10 reps at 50 pounds. Lastly, I headed over to the vibe room is what I call it because it's definitely a vibe. Here I did planks with my weighted vest, 3 sets of 1 minute each. Then I also added some more core work with the vest just to make things more challenging. And then I wrapped it all up with weighted wall squats. I did 3 sets of these for 1 minute each, and I had the 15-pound weighted vest on. Oh my gosh, these were tough. Like, these are really hard to do. I've had a pretty heavy lifting week this week. So tomorrow, which is Saturday, and then Sunday, I'm gonna go ahead and completely just rest my muscles from weights. I'll still stay active. I'll probably do some walking. Usually we walk to like the parks on Saturday mornings or something like that. I'll definitely still be active, but we're not gonna lift the next 2 days to let my body fully recover from this killer workout week. I did a few more exercises while I was here, but this gym is so busy that I went to today, and I can't, like, sometimes it's really hard to film my workouts, but I was able to do a few things. So I was able to get a few video shots of the exercises that I did, but I did a few more things like cable kickbacks. I don't think I got anything of that.
I also brought my weighted vest to the gym with me today because I really wanted to use it on the stair steppers. And if the stair stepper wasn't hard enough, this just adds to it. But it was some good cardio. I also used this for my wall sits today, which was better because I always used to put like a weight on my legs, and so it was a lot more comfortable to just use a weighted vest instead. And I also really liked using it for my planks.
And that is gonna wrap up this week's worth of workouts. I hope you guys liked this and got a little bit of an insight as to how I structure my weeks and how I remain active, and hopefully it was helpful in some way. And I just wanna say one more thing before I end the video. No matter who you are, you can do this too. Every single day you wake up and get the opportunity to be 1% better, however that may look. And taking care of your health and your fitness is so essential and something that you don't want to regret not taking care of someday. So just remember that. Remember you're worth it. Remember the time you invest in yourself is worth it, because when you take time for yourself, when you do things for yourself, especially as a mom, but you will just overall feel so much better. If you fill your cup, you can fill others. So definitely remember that. If you guys have any questions at all, definitely leave a comment down below in the description box. And don't forget to check out the Zelus Z-Fit weighted vest that I've been sharing throughout the video. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.